Good morning, chocolate babes. Thank you guys as always for stopping by the Chocolate Factory. I really do appreciate your guys' support as always. So I just wanted to get you guys a jump start on our day and what's going to be going on today. We're going to be attending one of our very first actual doctor's appointments after consultation. So today we're going to be meeting with Megan, as you guys have seen on the phone in our last week's blog. And so Megan's going to be giving us our official IVF calendar. So basically she's going to be telling us when we're going to start stimulation, around about time we can have egg retrieval, and then around the time frame that we're going to be getting the eggs implantation. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a lot of questions, and if I don't hit on any of the questions in the appointment today and you guys feel like there's something else that you need to know, please feel free to comment, message me, whatever, so I can address them in my next doctor's appointment, as this is a weekly thing for us now. If you guys missed it, we also announced the launch of our nonprofit organization in honor of my baby girl that passed away last November, Shyla Marie. The foundation is called Shyla's Wings. And basically it's a foundation for moms with a similar situation as mine, who have been through miscarriage or may not have a lot of support, and they need some extra assistance. So our goal with this first nonprofit fundraiser is to throw these moms a baby shower and allow them to get, the information and the things that they need to have a successful remainder of their pregnancy and a good bring home for that baby. So we're going to be putting that on this November. I'm really excited about that. I already got a lot of sponsorships going for you guys, and I'm just excited to continue to be a miscarriage vocal advocate for you guys. Like, I love this. Like, I love being able to have you guys tell me that I've assisted you in some kind of way with your journey on trying to conceive. So we're going to continue to keep doing that. I'm going to keep rocking with y'all as long as y'all keep rocking with me, because that's what I'm here for. That's what we're here for. And I always say things in plural because although you guys see me on the blogs, I have a whole team of people that are assisting me to get this done. Like, I can't do this on my own, I promise you. And that's what we do it for. We do it for you guys. Like, I want to be able to say that, this was something that benefited someone in some kind of way. For me to only be 22 and go through all the things that I go through, I know I'm not the only one. So I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that. I wanted to make sure that somebody out there knew that they can do this too. That this is not just about me, but this is about you guys. I don't blog for the money. I don't blog for fun. I don't blog to be famous or to be, a social, space or anything like that. I don't blog because someone else blogged first. This is for you guys. This is something that I feel passionate about and that has affected me personally. So that's what we're here for, okay? We're here for you guys, and we're here to let you know that you're not alone. So I'm so glad that I've been able to touch you guys already in so many ways, and we're going to continue to do so. So please stay tuned for the nonprofit organization. Stay tuned for the weekly IVF journey now. And as well, we're going to be getting the merchandise up and out and running at the end of our retrieval, which we will be having egg retrieval at the beginning of October as of right now. So that's what we're waiting on for that. I just want to focus on my IVF right now. It's really important. I'm sure you guys can understand. And running a website can be really overwhelming as well. Of course, like I said, I do have my team that is assisting me with that, but this is my baby. So of course a lot of it I want to do on my own. So thank you guys so much for your patience and understanding, and I love you guys so much. Thank you so much, chocolate babes. As always, stay sweet.
So potentially you could have retrieval that day, but it could be later in the week, but probably safer if he's getting in at a winter time.
Yeah.
And then you could always go get him, I guess, if we weren't doing retrieval yet. This is the time frame I think retrieval could fall. That's a little early. I don't think that will happen
that early.
No.
See, and that was my concern, which is why I told him to go ahead and schedule it for the 7th, because I'm like, I don't want, with me being so young,
right.
I'm like, I know that there's a possibility that my eggs will, develop a lot quicker. So I'm like, well, I just don't want to get into the predicament of not having him here, and then I have to go ahead and take my trigger shot, and then I'm
I'm almost wondering if we should delay the start by one day.
Maybe
because,
like 1 or 2 days.
well, just one maybe, because, I mean, 8 days would be considered one of the shortest stimulations. So Saturday would be day 8. So if we stop stimulation here, then that would make retrieval here.
Okay.
So I'm almost inclined to start one day later and start here on the 29th instead of the 28th.
Okay.
I'll redo the calendar,
Okay.
just to give us a little bit of cushion, because things are unpredictable at times. So on average, it's 10 to 12 days worth of medication. So if we start here, then that would make your lab appointment here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna likely be seeing you here, and then every 2 to 3 days
Right.
until we're ready to stop stimulation for the retrieval. So you'll have multiple appointments
Mm-hmm.
after, where we've gotta see you to monitor how things are
Okay.
progressing.
Now, Megan, can I ask you guys,
Mm-hmm.
have you had somebody as young as I am?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yep. Now, your insurance, as I recall, approved the IVF cycle.
Mm-hmm.
They did not approve the PGS testing, right?
They did.
They
Yes,
did?
ma'am. They did.
Okay,
And
for
then
some
they
reason
told
I
me
thought
that
they
it would
didn't.
be a $50 copay for my PGS testing.
They did?
Mm-hmm. So what happened was that was basically why it got approved, because they went ahead and recalled my daughter's pregnancy with, her
Mhm.
genetic disorder. And so they said that it was a genetic necessity for us to have
Okay.
the PGS testing. So they went ahead and included it in the.
Now, the only
procedure.
wild card part is,
Honestly, my thing is I'm concerned with, because Dr. Granger, he told us that, he told me that when we did the first initial one, that I had already had, a lot of eggs.
Mhm.
So I'm confident that we're going to get a good amount of eggs.
Mhm.
However, I'm really concerned with me knowing that I, am carrying this genetic whatever that's passing off to the embryos, that I may not have enough good graded eggs.
yeah, that's a potential.
So that's honestly the part that frightens me
Yep.
most.
Okay, sorry. Did you talk with the Kansas City office about your coverage? Did they call you and tell you that it was all covered and all that?
Well, what I did was I talked with Aetna and I
Uh-huh.
had them contact them, and they
Okay.
told me that it was covered.
Okay.
What they did tell me though was to make sure that once we get to that point, to let them know which doctor I'm going to be using, because I guess that makes a difference. I can read you the email exactly what they said.
Yeah.
Let's see. The PGS testing was approved, but they did tell me that because I had them check to make sure that everything was good with Kansas
Mhm.
City. They said that it was,
Okay.
however, to let them know which doctor I would be going through with them, so that way they
Okay.
could, I guess, run it through
Okay.
insurance. Here we
Okay.
go. We confirm that you are covered for the IVF will apply to the in-network provider. We verified Dr. Granger meets our standards and is an in-network with Aetna. We verified that he utilizes KU reproductive medicine. It is important. They just told me to let them know which doctor
Okay.
it was going to be
Okay.
for insurance purposes.
Gotcha. So these are the two medicines that stimulate the ovaries. And then there will be another medicine that we start midway through the process called Cetratide. And it actually will keep you from ovulating. So that way we can get the follicles to get bigger and bigger. Because your body is a pretty programmed clock. It lets the eggs go
Right.
when it's time. So usually we start this medicine around day 5 or 6. And it's not on the calendar now because I don't know when you're going to
Yeah.
start it, but it's going to come with your medication. So I want you to know kind of what else is coming with the
Which is
medication.
okay.
Yeah. And then you will be getting a trigger shot.
Right.
And the only difference with the trigger shot is with IVF, we use the muscle injection form.
That
So
one
it's going to be a
hurts
little
so
bit
bad.
longer
That's
needle.
what said that one hurts.
Yeah, and then this one's going to be time sensitive. So whatever time we
Right.
tell you, you got to do it within a certain time.
Right.
And then the progesterone, you have the option of using suppositories or injections. The injections are daily, which can be hard if you don't have somebody that can do it every single
Well,
day. So
yeah.
suppositories sometimes are easier, so
Mhm.
I'll just order suppositories if.
Injections, honestly, I would be more comfortable with the injections,
Okay.
only because, like I said, I used them in my
Okay.
previous pregnancies, so I am used to them.
Okay.
with my medications, my aunt is a retired RN, so she's going to be doing all of my shots for me.
Perfect. So we'll actually order the injections.
Now, my concern was because when they did email me and tell me that the procedure was covered and the PGS was covered and all that, they did not tell me about my medication.
I believe you'll have some coverage. I actually submitted a prescription today to Freedom Fertility Pharmacy, which I believe is the pharmacy you need to use. Where did all of that go?
Yeah, because I know my husband was concerned about that. He wanted me to find out what our prescription cost would be.
So Freedom should be calling you to verify your coverage. This is what I think would be a full IVF order. Now I did order the vaginal suppositories, so we can switch that out to the injectable. I'll just send a follow-up saying switch to injections. But if you don't hear from them in 48 hours, you need to call them at this number and just verify the prescription. And they'll want specifically, this is your prescription information on your card. It's right here, and I typed that out over here. So they should be able to look up your benefits and review that with you. So if there's any surprises, let me know. If they say you owe thousands of dollars, and you know, obviously, if they say you have a copay for each medicine, that's exactly what we hope to hear. That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll get these 5 medicines ordered, and you just need to make sure you have them before your first sonogram. So I usually tell patients, you know, make sure you have it a week prior, so that way there's no question.
I should probably go ahead and get the order in at least by next week.
Yeah. So like I said, if you don't hear from them in a couple of days, call them at that number. All right. Dr. Granger wanted to repeat that lupus test for you, so we'll do that today. But is he the father of your other children?
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be any surprises. He doesn't take any medication or testosterone or anything like that. At a minimum, then, I definitely want the HIV, the Hep B, and the Hep C testing, and any lab really can do that. Would be ideal. So here's the order for that if you want to send that to him, and then just follow up with me if you're not able to get that done. And then you guys do have to sign consent forms before we start. We plan to use his sperm.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to carry the pregnancy.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to do ICSI, where we inject the sperm into the egg, and we're going to use all the eggs we get.
Right.
We're not going to freeze any eggs, but it's okay to freeze.
A fresh transfer?
Yeah. No, it'll be a frozen transfer. Because if we're doing the PGS testing, it'll be 4 to 6 weeks from the retrieval before we do transfer. So, and then we're going to do genetic testing on the embryos. So, if I don't know what you'll figure out, that you'll have to initial that side, he'll have to initial that side, and you'll have to bring him in when you come to that first sonogram. And then this other consent has to be turned in. So these, I'm just going to put a little sticky note, and he does have to sign them.
This is my aunt, by the way.
Hi.
I'm sorry. We're planning on starting stimulation on the 29th. So
this month?
yeah, so we're going to start on the 29th. And then
I'm going to go fix that real quick.
Yes,
while we're
ma'am.
doing
We
that.
have 2 injections that we have to take daily.
Right back.
And then I'll come in and get my labs done, and then we'll be ready for egg retrieval by 1st of October, she said, by like the 7th, between the 7th and the 12th. So, and then they have to freeze the eggs, and we won't actually be ready to have them back for like 2 months.
So Christmas.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can work with Christmas.
No, it's not. I want to go home.
Oh.
I want to go. That part, I ain't gonna lie, my face kind of just scrunched up because I was under the impression that, because it's the frozen transfer, so they have to, since they're doing the testing to let us know what the sex is, they have to freeze them for at least 4 to 6 weeks. So, and then I have to stay here until I graduate from the IVF center, which isn't until I'm 4 months pregnant. Which puts us back at trying to move. So,
Why don't you go?
I want to go home.
But I want you to go home.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
But other than that, everything is set. We just need to find out what our medication copay is going to be. Yeah. But it is a copay, so that's better versus, you know, like
Paying everything else.
Yeah. And everything else is covered. So
That's good.
You doing my daily injections?
Sure. I take the injection every day.
In my butt and in my stomach.
You gotta do them both?
Mhm.
In both ways? Okay.
One in your stomach and one in your booty. Well, it's like, like that hip area.
Hello? This morning.
Oh, you fine. That's all right. This is just like, the informational side and getting all the paperwork and stuff out the way. So, fine stuff. And I did have another question for you, though, Megan, because I know initially when I spoke with Jane, she had told me that for our egg retrieval, it was going to be like $2,600. Is that accurate?
I have no idea. Usually you have to pay, usually when you have coverage, you still have to pay your deductible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she told me it was like $2,600. I just wanted to make sure that price was still accurate. Like, we are prepared for that,
Yeah.
but I wanted to make sure that was still the case.
I'm guessing she's gonna say to contact KU to double check on that, but we'll get her here
Okay.
before you go. So I changed this
Okay.
so that we're still gonna see you on Thursday,
Right.
but we're gonna do,
Start on the
medicine
29th
start on the
instead.
29th, yep, and then you'd be back for lab work on that Monday.
Okay.
All right, let me go grab Jenny, and have her come in. And then here's the lab order for Sheldon, lab order for you for today, so you can run
Okay.
next door. And
To
then,
Quest, right?
yes,
Quest.
and then you're coming back to see Dr. Granger next week, right? Didn't we have you down for that sonohystogram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I haven't scheduled it yet. We were supposed
It's
to
already
schedule it today.
scheduled.
Oh, okay.
Let me check it, yeah.
All right.
No, I think we agreed on a time, let me check the
Okay,
date real
that's
quick.
fine.
What's the this Thursday? Or next?
I think it's either later this week or early into next. But basically, they just want to do a ultrasound where they put like a little bit of water in your vaginal, and then they look to make sure that you can hold some.
Cost stuff with you.
Yeah.
The part that I was remembering, they'll cover the biopsy part, but the actual testing, you may still be responsible for, where they actually run the
Okay.
test, so she'll
Okay.
review that with you, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, so
Thank
we're gonna have
you.
your blood drawn, let's need that lab drawn,
For sure, yeah.
for sure in the next week or so, okay?
I'll make sure. he
All
gets
right.
it done.
All right, and if there's any problems with the medication, call me,
Thank
okay?
you, Megan.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, dear. Now, as far as the PGS biopsy, that's covered through against your deductible and co-insurance. You still have that $2,400 due to the genetic lab. They will not bill your insurance.
Okay,
Okay.
so the PGS testing is going to be the $2,400, right?
Right. There's a biopsy that they have to do beforehand,
And so
and
they
Aetna's
cover
saying
that.
they're going to cover that.
So I'll have to call them because when I spoke with Aetna, they told me that they were going to cover the PGS testing.
Right.
Because it was a.
But the problem is the company's not part of, Aetna doesn't contract with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
we had
it's
talked
out
about
of
this
network.
before. Right. Any of these companies, like us as a doctor's office, we're in network with Aetna. None of these companies that do the
Okay.
testing are in network. So you're gonna have to pay the $2,400 to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. And then my concern was because when we originally talked, we had said that the the egg retrieval was going to be like 2,000 something.
It just goes against your deductible and co-insurance. So it depends on where you're at with your deductible and co-insurance now.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll call Crystal and have her get in touch with you and let you know exactly how much they're gonna collect beforehand.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good. So that was the only concern that I had was whether or not that was going to be
Yeah, no, the company, the outside genetic lab that does the testing, none of them are in that work. So that's always out of pocket. Now, does it mean you can't get a receipt, a detailed receipt from them and go online and get a claim form from Aetna and try to get it covered yourself?
Mm-hmm.
There's always that option and you may be able to get that. But they are not required to bill, so they're gonna collect beforehand and then you'll have to do everything on the back end.
Okay.
Okay? You may be able to get it covered, but it's gonna be coming back, and who knows when. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Okay.
Okay? Everything else though, as long as they have all the codes and they have the PGS and all of that, then it should just be covered against your deductible and co-insurance.
So, yeah, 'cause that was my concern. Like I was telling Megan, we were prepared to do, I think you quoted me like 2,600 for the egg retrieval.
in it or something like that?
I might have quoted you for that. It just like I said, it depends on where you're at with your out of pocket. Do you have your card with you real quick?
I don't, but I mean, I can get you
Yeah,
my
I just need
number.
that.
Yeah.
Actually, it's on this. I'll grab this.
Base cycle cost $11,000.
Mm.
11,000. Mm-hmm. For a baby.
Shit. Yep, shit. That's before they even get you. Shit, for all that, you can just have Anthony.
Anthony don't want to go home with me.
We could do shared custody with
She
him.
said shared look or something.
Yeah. It's changed these all the time. It's ridiculous. It can't be anything close to what it was before.
So I need to find out basically from Aetna how much I put in insurance wise, so that way I can find out how much I'm gonna have to pay.
Right. Well, I'm looking right now to see where
Okay.
you're at with your deductible and co-insurance.
That's what we're finding. Okay.
Right now, of your deductible, you still owe $41.69. And then if you're out of pocket max, it looks like you still owe $1,405.81.
Mm-hmm. So what does that mean in regards to this?
In regards to that, most likely when they're going to collect from you beforehand, $1,441. So I would say plan on $1,445, just to
That's
round
fine.
up.
Like I said, because originally we had planned on 3,000, so that's fine.
I can only go by deductible and co-insurance, you know what I mean?
No, that's, I mean, you telling me better than what we had originally planned before
So.
we got here, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
So,
I
yeah.
just wanted to know, my goal is to make sure that we're prepared for egg retrieval, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I just want to
And
get
that's
my
gonna be
mind.
close, very due to this being due, just FYI.
Okay.
And then your medicines, I don't know how much your medicines are
Right,
gonna
we're waiting
cost.
to, Megan gave me their number so I can call them and get my copay for that. So, we need to plan on about 1,500
For
you said
KU,
Right, for
Right.
KU, we're looking at about
Okay.
1,500. For the PGS, we're looking at 2,400. And you said that I can get a claim with Aetna on that, or possibly get a
You
claim
can
with
try.
Aetna on that,
Yeah.
And then,
and then as
Our
far as our
medication costs.
ultrasounds go,
yeah,
those are 160 each, we bill
Right.
those. Like you said, you still have a little bit to meet of your
Right.
deductible. So you'll have that, and then, you'll have your estrogen levels that you'll get billed from,
with Quest, yeah.
not Quest, we're gonna go to Heartland. We
Okay.
can't get everything back from Quest in the time that we need it.
Yeah, okay,
So.
that's understandable. Basically, that's about $6,000, huh?
Look at you.
Yeah, I mean, and what you've got is it
$6,000.
depends on those meds. Meds can-
Yeah, and that's why I'm rounding up, because we got 2,400 for the testing. We got another 14,000 for the retrieval,
Mhm.
and then we'll just go ahead and say in the midst of doing all of our ultrasounds and all that, we'll round that up to another 1,000.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that high.
No,
you
but
might
you know,
as
that's
well.
what I'm trying to
Yep.
keep in mind. And
Yeah.
then with our medication, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be around $500 or $600. So yeah, we're looking at about a $6,000 procedure.
Yeah,
Woo!
and they're gonna collect in bulk up in Kansas
Oh
City.
yeah, I know that.
Okay,
I know
okay.
that's why I was asking you, because I
Right.
want to make sure that I'm prepared for that.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, sounds good.
We are prepared.
All right, good
And
to
then
go.
I need to go next door.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sure.
He wasn't looking.
So me and Aunt Blair are on our way to lab work. We went in and we talked to the doctor and we got our outline of the IVF procedure and all that good jazz. And yeah, found out how much money we finna be spending, how many injections we're gonna need. And so now we're finna go do lab work. But I can't record lab work because you're not allowed to record in labs. So sorry guys. Then I guess we'll go get something to eat or something because I'm hungry. Oh. There's trying to get a couple of phone calls out of the way. We need to find out what's going on with our medication, because it has to be here no later than next Wednesday.
Pharmacy, this is Angie. How may I help you?
Hi Angie, I just received my my medication, or I guess my prescription list, and I was told to contact you guys if I hadn't heard from you within 48 hours, so I was contacting you.
Okay. And could you spell your last name for me, please, and give me your date of birth so I can bring up your file?
Yeah.
Okay, 01261996.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is the best phone number to reach you at, may I ask? Okay, all right. Let me just bring up these prescriptions. Hold on. Garnel F, 7 with no refills, 900 unit pen. 7 of the Secutide kits, no refills. 10 of the Menadryl vials with needles and syringes, no refills. 60 of the quinone applicators, 3 refills available on that. 1 vial of the HCG, 10,000 units with needles and syringes. Just see if that is it. Okay, plus 3 vials of the progesterone in sesame oil. Okay, all right. It looks like they're replacing the quinone with the
Injections.
progesterone in sesame oil with 3 refills.
And then the pedestrian suppositories should have been changed to injections.
Okay, yeah, the quinone applicators were changed to the progesterone in sesame oil.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is an injection with the needles and syringes. I'm just looking to see. I'm not sure if they sent us 2 copies of the same prescription. No, wait. Yeah, for some reason they sent us 2 copies of the prescription. Okay, and what is, okay, and what cycle are you going through, Imani? An IVF cycle?
Yes,
IUI?
ma'am. Yeah, I'm doing an IVF. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, thank you. And you see Dr. Granger in Wichita?
Yes, ma'am.
And at the Center for Reproductive Medicine?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And do you have any allergies to latex?
No, ma'am.
Any known allergies to any foods or medications?
No, ma'am.
Any medical conditions our pharmacy should be aware of?
No, I mean, other than pregnancy related, no.
Okay, no asthma, high blood pressure?
Oh, well, yeah, I do have asthma. Yeah, I do have asthma. And I have an inhaler.
Okay, and currently, other than these fertility medications, are you taking anything that's prescription? Anything over the counter, herbal, homeopathic, any vitamins or supplements?
A NuvaRing. I'm taking the NuvaRing. And then I've taken,
You said a prescription for the asthma also?
yeah,
Okay, and what is that medication?
just an inhaler.
And any other medications, anything all over the counter, any vitamins?
No, ma'am. Well, prenatals.
Okay, all right. Okay, and doctors indicated you'd be starting these medications on the 21st, which is a week from this Friday, is that correct?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
you should ship them out next Monday, you'd receive them Tuesday the 18th, would that work for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and will you be going through each insurance for these medications? Or will
Yes,
you be
ma'am.
self-paying?
I'll be going through insurance.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and have you spoken to your prescription plan or your medical benefits about the coverage for these medications?
No, I was told to call you guys.
Okay, and do you know if your insurance requires prior authorization on medications?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, thank you.
Or at least they haven't in the past. I've never had them.
Okay. Okay, now, if we're not contracted or insurance doesn't cover a medication, did you want to self-pay for the medication?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
But I was told that it should just be a copay.
Okay, all right. Okay, and is this going to be a package that you want to sign for or something you prefer to waive signature with?
No, I'll sign for it.
Okay, thank you. Our policies are once medication has been dispensed from our pharmacy, it cannot be returned or canceled for any reason. The carriers deliver between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Anyone over the age of 18 can sign for the package. We ask that it be opened immediately and report any discrepancies to us within 24 hours. Refrigerated medications come to you inside an insulated foil bag with an ice pack. They need to be removed from the bag as soon as possible and placed into the refrigerator. Any questions for my pharmacist today?
No, I think that's it. So, you can't actually tell me what my medication copay is going to be at this time.
We won't know until it's actually run through insurance. I'm going to send it off to my tech department. They'll run it through insurance and give you a phone call as soon as they can. It most likely will be Monday before they get that information. And then at that time, they'll give you a call, give you the copay totals. You can give them a credit card. We'll ship out Mondays. You'll get an email after 7 p.m. The package will be there Tuesday between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. with signature at your request. Anything else I can do for you today?
That's it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You have a good day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna try to call the insurance, see if I can get a jump start on the copay, so I can get an idea of what we need to give them on Monday, so we can get our medication.
To check if a service is covered and hear your financial responsibility, say benefits. To speak to a health concierge,
Benefits.
to select a benefit, say routine or preventative services, office visit sick, emergency services, lab and x-ray, rehabilitative therapy, vision, or say other benefits.
Other benefits.
All right, you'll need to talk with a representative. Your feedback is important to us. You may have an opportunity to give us feedback on today's call. After speaking with the representative, please stay on the line to complete a brief survey. Please hold while I transfer your call. Thank you for calling. And my name is Esperanza. I'll be your healthcare concierge.
Hello.
And how can I help you today?
I just had a couple questions. I'm getting ready to start an IVF cycle, and I want to know how much my prescription copay is going to be.
Sure. Can I get your NID number for some reason?
Yeah.
It just disappeared on me.
It's going to be.
Okay, one moment. So, let's see, 80% covered after deductible, 25,000 maximum for artificial insemination, ovulation infection, and so you were wanting to know like an estimate of how much it's going to be?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I have my medication list if that helps.
You still have $41.69 left to meet your deductible. giving
So-
estimations for this type of cost.
So I have to pay out of pocket $4,000 first.
No, because, your maximum out of pocket for your plan is, $3,000. So, and this includes the deductible that you, are paying into or any other co-pays or co-insurance. I show you only have 1,405 left.
Okay.
That's actually the most you're gonna pay for the rest of this year. You have another, 1,400 to go.
So here's my
Actually covered
here's my
100%.
thing. Here's my thing with that, because that's what they just quoted us on the egg retrieval, right? Because we're getting ready to do this procedure. So they told us to be prepared to pay about what you just told me, because that's what they said. I had to pay in about 1,400 left. So my question is, I went to the doctor yesterday. They were telling me that I basically had to put in another $1,400. So they were telling me that the egg retrieval was probably going to be about that much. They told me to be prepared to pay about that much for my egg retrieval. But my thing is what you're telling me is that the medication paying and the egg retrieval are basically conjoined, because whatever I pay on the medication, that's going to take away from that 1,400 that they just quoted me, because she said that was, like you said, the max payout. Am I making sense?
Let me see here. The medication is for the infertility?
Yeah, the medication is for the IVF procedure.
Well, it depends if it's, what we call integrated, if the pharmacy benefits are integrated with your medical.
I just know that when she pulled up my information, and she basically seen the same thing that you seen, the 1,400 that I still had to pay before, like you said, everything would be 100%.
Okay, so here's the thing, and I see what you're saying. So it's kind of like it's coming down to technicalities now, because you bought the medication and they do see that they apply towards your out-of-pocket, but it takes time for Optum to send us that information and for us to update it in our system. So what's going to happen is
So I'm gonna end up having to pay, and then y'all are gonna end up owing me money.
probably the fertility center will owe you money. Because it put it on, well, it depends. Again, so if they sent us a claim for today, saying they collected this amount of money from you, like your remainder out of pocket.
So here's
if
the
they
thing.
put that on the-
I literally just got off the phone. I don't mean to keep cutting you off. I'm sorry, but I just got off the phone with the medication, the medical, the pharmacy, right? And they just told me that they're gonna be basically sending you guys that claim today. So
Yes, right, but it still takes time for it to feed over and update in your system.
Okay.
In our system, and for
So what kind of
the
time?
department to see it.
What kind of time would you say, like how much time? Because I'm not gonna be getting the rest of this procedure done until like 2 weeks into October. So I'm wondering, like, are we talking about a couple of weeks? Because I have a couple of weeks. But if we're talking about like 2-3 months, then I understand.
No, not that long. I would say, we already have one in the system for September 4th for some medication.
Yeah, and I just recently, and I get, that's my my NuvaRing. So, and I get that every month. However, since we're getting ready to start this IVF, I won't be getting that anymore.
So it's just, a matter of days it would be.
And then I just took labs yesterday, and I just went to the doctor yesterday. So I'm not sure if that counts too. Because
It should. Everything should be going towards your out-of-pocket maximum. The last time this was updated was on the 4th. So, what I was saying was is that if the infertility center submits a claim to us, and on that claim there's an option for them to populate, if you made a payment or not. And if they put on there that you gave them the remainder of your out-of-pocket, and we process that claim, and look at it, we will reimburse you that overage, that is going over. If they do not include that amount on the claim, we don't know that you paid that extra, they'll end up having to reimburse you.
So, could I go ahead and just give the IVF center this $1,400 so that way I know that the rest of this procedure is done and over with? You know what I mean? As far as costs go, my
I mean,
end.
it's up to you how you want to do it. If you want to wait till it's updated with your medication and your labs and everything to do it, so you're not paying as much, that's up to you. If you want to go ahead and do it and then just get your money back later,
Yeah.
that way we're keeping track, and you're not going to pay more than $3,000 for your in-network services.
Okay. Now,
We keep track of everything, and if we have to pay you back because they're an overpayment, then we will.
okay.
Or help you
So,
get it from whoever took it.
I think that I might go about it that way just because it'll make me feel better financially to go ahead and get that out of the way, you know what I mean? Versus having to continue to go over, okay, well, it might cost us this, it might cost us that. Just go ahead and give them the $1,400 and we'll call it even. And then they can report that to you guys. But I think I probably will wait another week or so because, like I said, I'm going to be getting those medications. She told me that they'd be sent out on Monday, and then I would get them no later than Tuesday. So that I know they're going to be sending you guys another report. And like I said, I just had those labs and stuff too. So I'll let that come in, and I'm sure it'll come down a couple more $100, and then I'll go ahead and take care of it.
All right, no problem. Was there anything else I could help you with today?
No, thank you. You helped me tremendously come up with a game plan to all this, so thank you.
No problem. All right, well, thank you so much for calling in. And there's a free survey after the call. If you could take it, I'd really appreciate it. And good luck with everything.
Alrighty, thank you.